Welcome back, Truth Seeker. It is Tuesday, January 30th, 2024. Want to go over some of the top headlines, including one that I put up a post yesterday but didn't have a chance to make a video about. And that was the headline that Elon Musk's Neuralink has made its first brain implant with the chip that's meant to, you know, computerize the mind. And, even before there was an Elon Musk, this is technology that's been talked about for a long time. I remember when I was in college, I heard about this being a future idea. Again, I graduated college in 2005, so it's been a minute. But even back then, they were talking about this future where there could be, essentially like a computer chip that goes into your mind and you can instantly learn a language. And I got to admit, at the time when I heard that, I was like, wow, that'd be really cool, actually. If I could just instantly know Spanish or French or travel to a country and just instantly know how to speak the language. And perhaps one day that capability will come. The problem is the people who control technology want to control humanity. And we see that ever so clearly at this day and age. It wasn't as obvious back in, say, 2005. It wasn't so obvious what a tyrannical company Google was, say. Google became the thing in 2001 for people who didn't know. When I was in high school, we didn't even know what Google was. We'd never heard of Google when I was in high school. I graduated June of 2001 from high school. Google was not a thing back then. Back then, it was Alta Vista and Yahoo. Those were the search engines. Google began getting promoted my freshman year of college. The professors were saying, ooh, the new best search engine is Google. It was the same time everyone was starting to get cell phones, and 9/11 happened, and the Patriot Act happened, and the next thing you know, all the big communications companies were having surveillance over all of our calls and text messages and library records and everything else. But anyhow, now you have Elon Musk, this puppet genius that supposedly runs all these companies and also spends his days now playing video games. Yeah, if you guys didn't know, Elon Musk is a huge video game buff too. It's like, okay, really? This guy's running all these different things and is also spending a lot of time playing video games. I mean, come on. We'll get more to that in a moment. But yeah, supposedly Neuralink is his company. And let's look at why this was the news Monday, January 29th, and see yet again how the same Jesuit puppet strings are showing that we talk about all the time with Elon Musk. So let's just start right here because this is the most simple thing to grasp about the date 129. So we got the brain implant of the Neuralink chip again on 129. In Gematria, the Kabbalistic practice of coding numbers into words. And again, for the little Chevron troll who's watching right now, is going to do another stream. Again, there's a reason you work at a gas station. The key part of Gematria is the practice of coding numbers into words. So stop making videos saying that this isn't Gematria, because that's exactly what Gematria is. Yeah, does it have a biblical implication? Absolutely, as we've always pointed out. So just stick to pumping gas and stop trolling. Anyway, brain implant 129, just like the date 129. The word transhuman is 129, and this is what transhuman is: the evolution of humanity through technology. So what a perfect day for this news story, 129. And let's not forget that 129 is 201 in base 8 counting, which is the number of the Jesuits, but we're going to get to the bigger Jesuit connection with this. Notice, Neuralink was founded June 21st, 21/6, like 216, right? 216. This news broke on the 216th day of Elon Musk's age, 216. Neuralink founded 21/6. 666, the number of the beast, the number of a man, has a relationship with 216. Again, 6 times 6 times 6 is 216. Think about how the mark 666 in the Bible, it's either installed in your hand or on your forehead, which isn't too far off from the brain. And we've seen in recent years how people are starting to get computer chips in their hands and elsewhere for quick scanning, for medical records, for access to buildings. So again, you can see how humanity is moving this way. And let's not forget that in Sumerian gematria, both computer and internet equals 666. It goes with Apple pricing its first consumer computer at $666. And it goes with the bite out of the apple for their logo, which reminds the bite out of the forbidden fruit in Genesis, which also has Sumerian gematria 666. Again, biblical. The Holy Bible 201, the Jesuit Order 201, 129, 201 in Bay State County. Again, Elon Musk is 52 years old right now. We call that the technology number. If you haven't read my latest book, Number Games, be sure to go back and read that book. And talks a lot about how important 52 was in the time of COVID, the pandemic, the big tech takeover, and how 2020 was 52 years after 1968, the year coronavirus was coined. So many agendas went into motion, but also the year 2001, A Space Odyssey came out, the movie about technology overtaking man. So here's the kicker. From Neuralink being established June 21st, 2016, and keep in mind, 2016, 2016, I mean, that year's a lot like 216 as well. Go back and revisit some things that happened in 2016 in case you forgot in a moment. But from the date of Neuralink being established to this news about the first brain implant by Neuralink, it's 397 weeks, and 397 is the 78th prime number. And notice, brain implant equals 129, like we talked about. When you use numerology, brain implant also equates to 78. And in case you're new here, gematria, very simple. It's the alphabetic order. A is 1 up to Z is 26. It's the reverse alphabetic order. Z is 1 back to A is 26. And it's those two orders using numerology. So there's 4 values for a word. And all 4 ciphers are important. But you can see how brain implant connects perfectly in 2 ways. And the 78 is a very important number to the Jesuits. Again, Jesuit equals 78. You might recall when Elon Musk was declared the richest man in the world for the first time, surpassing Jeff Bezos, another Jesuit puppet. It was on the 78th death anniversary of Nikola Tesla, of course, when his car company is Tesla. And not only does Jesuit equal 78, so does Tesla. Again, this happened January 7th, 2021. For the first time, Elon Musk was said to be the richest man in the world. And again, Tesla died January 7th, 1943. Keep in mind, Elon Musk equals 29 when you run the alphabetic order forwards, 43 when you run it in reverse. This news about the brain implant on the 29th day of the year. Nikola Tesla dead in the year 43. And then also just the connection with Elon Musk and Trump, but also Tesla and Trump's uncle, who was the FBI agent who did the audit on Tesla's apartment when he died. And a lot of people think Tesla and Trump are the billionaire white hats that are going to save humanity when really they're both just Jesuit puppets. And in the case of Donald Trump, he's actually Jesuit educated. So just to read a little bit about the article, what to know about Elon Musk Neuralink, which puts an implant into a human brain. The first product from Neuralink would be called telepathy, Musk said in a separate post on X. The startup's prime study is a trial for its wireless brain-computer interface to evaluate the safety of the implant and surgical robot. The study will assess the functionality of the interface, which enables people with quadriplegia or paralysis of all 4 limbs to control devices with their thoughts, according to the company's website. I mean, again, all things are a dual-edged sword. There's a lot of things that if this worked could be awesome. But just imagine a future, where there's something in the world that happens. And now Big Brother government, who's partnered up with big tech, says, well, to keep this from happening or to solve this problem, this is now a requirement. And again, I mean, governments requiring technology is something that's happened many a times. Imagine a future where you have to have a Neuralink device in your body, in your brain, because Big Brother said so. It's really not that hard to imagine, especially in light of recent events. And that's the danger. And then just in the same way that supposedly the technology, like they were theorizing, you could learn a language instantly. What else does that mean they could put in your brain instantly? Maybe things you definitely don't want to be there. Okay, and then also just the recent ritual of MrBeast doing his first upload to Elon Musk's X. Recall this ritual. It was also 201, right? It was 201 days after Elon Musk's birthday. It was on the date 15/1, a bit like 151, the 36th prime. And by the way, this Neuralink implant was also 151 days before Musk's upcoming birthday. Again, 151 is the 36th prime. 666 is the 36th triangular number, meaning if you add 1 through 36 together, it's 666. But if you're new here, we're talking about the same numbers all the time. 201, the number of the Jesuit cabal. That's why the first Jesuit pope is the first to live in Suite 201 at the Vatican. And of course, his name, his birth name, Jorge Mario Bergoglio, is 201. With regards to MrBeast and 216, remember, we just talked about the 216 with Neuralink and the 666 connection and the mark in 666 in your head and brain implants. A while back, MrBeast got a lot of attention for sending a YouTuber 216 chocolate bars. It had to be 216, right? And there was attention brought to MrBeast when he hit 216 million subscribers. And by the way, just to show you the gematria of MrBeast, let me scroll down to where I got it in this post. Oh, maybe I forgot to put it here. Here, let me pull up Sumerian gematria real quick on the calculator. I thought I had the screenshot in there. I just want you to see that MrBeast has a nice 666 in Sumerian gematria as well. Again, Sumerian gematria is what's going on here? Where's my ciphers at? Sumerian gematria is just multiplying the alphabetic order times 6. So A is 6, B is 12, C is 18. It's the same concept, forwards and backwards. So computer is 666 with Sumerian gematria. Every letter is just counting by 6. A is 6, B is 12, C is 18, so on. When you run it in reverse times 6, internet 666, and MrBeast also has that nice 666. And, you know, going back to 2016, 2016, 2016, a lot like 216. The 216 area code won the NBA Finals. That's Cleveland, and the last game in Cleveland was Game 6. And look at the score of Game 6, 101 to 115, added up 216 points in the 216 area code. Again, this stuff happens all the time in sports. LA won the Super Bowl on 213 when LA is the 213 area code, and a million other rituals. Last year, San Francisco stayed on 267 road wins, losing to Philadelphia, the 267 area code in the NFC Championship, and just on and on and on. 312 keeps hitting with it. It's Chicago in sports. Happened a lot this year in the NFL, NBA. So, yeah, just 2016, a year of 216, the year of Neuralink. That might have been the year that they were syncing up the James Harden games with the SpaceX launches, too. I'd have to go back and look. There was one year they were doing that. You know, James Harden was playing for the Rockets at the time, the Houston Rockets. So, and just regards to LeBron, remember King James? He won it in 2016 on the real King James's birthday. That year, they had up this nice tribute. LeBron, the first player to reach 6 straight finals since 66 when Bill Russell did it. And remember, in the base ciphers, let's come back to the base ciphers real quick. If you write out number of the beast, it equals 66. The King James version for the verse about 666, it begins, here is wisdom, period, which is 66. New Testament is 66 as well. It's also 42, like the beast rules for 42 months. Matthew begins with the 42 generations of Jesus. Matthew sounds like math. Math is also 42 and 66. But LeBron is 66. LeBron James is 66. Bill Russell is not 66, but 42. And let's not forget what they did to Bill Russell, killing him on the last day of the Jesuit Nation year when he went to the Jesuit University, San Francisco, and he died right after San Francisco beat Boston. And, of course, he played for Boston in the NBA. Dead July 31st, 2022. The Celtics fell to 17 and 5 in NBA Finals. It was all synced with the Pope. Pope Francis is 175. So is Golden State. Golden State beat Boston, making them 17 and 5 in finals. The the Warriors became 7-5 in the finals. It was the 75th anniversary season. Catholic Church is 75, like Roman Catholic, and on and on and on. But anyway, just going back down memory lane, you see how the Cavs, again, they won the series 4-2, and the Raptors only scored 87 in that game. James, of course, is 87, but so is Number of the Beast. King James, LeBron James, won it in a biblical ritual in 2016 on the real King James's birthday, June 19th. King James was born in the year 1566, in case you didn't know. So, and you got to love that the Cavs scored 113, because if you don't know, we call that the NBA number, right? We've documented a million rituals with the NBA in 113. The National Basketball Association 113. The face of the league forever, Michael Jordan 113. Just the other night, 23 days before Jordan's birthday, LeBron's Lakers became 23-23, 23 days before Jordan's birthday, as the Lakers picked up their 113th franchise win over the Bulls. See how Michael Jordan's 238? It's kind of like Kobe's birthday, 23/8, and Kobe Bryant's also 113. And you can think of like Kobe and Jordan standing next to each other back when Kobe wore 8 and Jordan wore 23. You can think about how they put out Angel Has Fallen on Kobe's last birthday before he fell from the sky, supposedly in the City of Angels. And a big 201 ritual on the Pope's 41st day of his age at age 41 when Kobe Bryant's 41. But yeah, again, this knowledge, it just connects all the dots. And this knowledge is called gematria, the Kabbalistic practice of coding numbers into words, which is biblical. But I just got this idea. I was like, when did Elon Musk become a celebrity anyway? Like, I remember him really getting the buzz shortly into me learning gematria, which was around 2013. So I was like, it was somewhere back around then. So I had to look, and it says he became famous when his SpaceX private company sent the first private rocket to the ISS. So I went back and looked at what day that was. I just got the idea to look this up because I was like, well, let me go back and see when he became the man. So anyway, this was the day of that launch, May 22nd, 2012, right? So I had to just go back and look, and then I had to laugh. So from Elon Musk's birthday, June 28th, to May 22nd, 2012 was exactly 47 weeks later, and there's been a lot of rituals at the ISS, the International Space Station, in 47. And again, pretty much every astronaut to go to space has been a Mason, and the Mason studied the 47th problem of Euclid and modern Freemasonry's of Jesuit creation. And again, we ask, what is 47? We know what 47 is. It's a very special number related to time, rituals, authority, and again, it's just there all the time. So what do you know? He became the man 47 weeks after his birthday, supposedly going up to the ISS. I remember when they had that like video that just looked totally fake of supposedly a Tesla flying through space, and Elon Musk was like, "Man, it looks totally fake." It's like, God. Oh, by the way, just with regards to all this beast stuff and, this thing and, MrBeast, the recent collaboration with him and MrBeast. Where is it at? Right here. Look at how Elon Musk supposedly spent the holiday. He spent the holiday playing Diablo. And remember when this game came out, they said it was the fastest selling game ever, and it sold like 666 million in a matter of days. Hold on. Diablo 4, 666 million. Diablo 4 did 666 million in revenue in just 5 days. And again, a pentagram, right? 5-pointed star, breaking Blizzard's own records at a key inflection point for the company. So anyway, over the holiday, Elon Musk was playing Diablo 4. And I actually clicked on this video, and he had a level 100 character, and I'm pretty sure, I remember Diablo back in the day when it came out as a teenager. It was a game that took forever to play to get your character to the max level. Like, you had to play forever and ever and ever. So I'm assuming it's still the same. So for him to have a max level character, I'm just like, no way. No way. He's put all this time into this game, and he's supposedly running a rocket company, Tesla, Neuralink, other projects. I mean, just no way. They're just trying to tell you this guy's a puppet. So And let's not forget, Diablo 4 came out 201 days from the Superior General's birthday. We were talking about that at the time when that game released and it was getting all the headlines for 666 million. And I was like, okay. And the game comes out 201 days from the Superior General's birthday. I mean, come on. Also, check this out in the headlines. Pray for Kennedy, right? This is one of the 3 soldiers. We're transitioning in topics here. Pray for Kennedy, but we're only transitioning so far because look at what pray for Kennedy equals. This is one of the 3 soldiers killed at Tower 22, 322, Genesis 322, the Holy Bible 201, Jewish mysticism 201, based in Kabbalah, which has the tree of life, which has 3 pillars and 22 paths. Again, Genesis 322 is about the tree of life. But pray for Kennedy. Look at the numbers 177, 201. The 78 definitely stands out. Again, the Jesuit order 177 and 201. Jesuit alone 78. And, you know, they said the 3 people who were killed were all black soldiers out of Georgia. And it just reminds me of the Tuskegee experiment with the 201 people in the control group and what they did after Event 201, telling darker complected people they needed the jab the most. But this woman's name. Oh, about the 78 also being in Pray for Kennedy. Let's go back to that. Let's rewind one more time. Pray for Kennedy has the 78. Of course, Kennedy alone is 78. And then her full name, or wait, I copied the wrong thing. Her full name is Kennedy LaDon Sanders. And guess what that equals? It also equals 78. And there's other things that are interesting about those numbers up there. But, you know, it's just a reminder again who's behind all this and who's running the show and who's putting their number stamp on it all. And you know, you start reading it, and right away you see one of the first numbers mentioned is it says special. What does SPC actually stand for? Not military, so I overlooked that one. Is it special? Kennedy LaDon Sanders of Waycross, Georgia, was killed alongside 23-year-old Special. I don't know if that's what SPC means. Breonna Alexandria Moffett and 46-year-old Sergeant William Jerome Rivers. Again, they got to get a 46 in there, right? JFK killed at age 46. Again, 46 books in the Catholic Old Testament. Catholics 46. We're in the time of right now of Biden, who has the same birthday as RFK, who was also assassinated, like his brother, who was killed at age 46. RFK's 46. Don't forget, Joe Biden was elected exactly 46 weeks after the Pope's birthday. And again, that was the 59th presidential election, and Pope Francis is 59, and John F. Kennedy's 59, which is all the parallels. So, and again, they got Joe Biden today. We said today he'd probably come out and have his response for what he's going to do. And he says he knows what he's going to do today, but we said he'd probably do that today because it's Tuesday, named after Mars, the god of war. But it's also the 72nd day of Joe Biden's age, and President Biden's 72, just like Jesuit Order 72. And it reminds that JFK met with the Pope on July 2nd, 72, and then died a span of 144 days later. And Jesuit Order, again, 144 and 72, just like President Biden. I love even CNN's clowning on Biden now. Look at the image they chose. I mean, it's really a joke on us. But in other sick jokes, ever since the war in Israel's began, a huge part of the focus has been on all of the hospitals getting attacked and destroyed. And just the other day, we were covering how 20-some hospitals have been destroyed in Gaza since the war began, and there's only 2 left that are functional. Only 2 left that are functional. And then today's story. Undercover Israeli troops raid West Bank hospital. I mean, like, how obvious is the genocide? Hold up. I forgot to put a story up here for another headline they had. Look, this was another headline they had up today. Look at this one. And remember, Gaza, a huge percentage of their population are children. A lot of the men of age have been killed for one reason or another. But it's a nation with a huge population of children, a lot of women, a lot of children. And I mean, this stuff is just sick, and it's just mockery. Gazans are eating grass and drinking polluted water. And then you got a picture of mostly little kids with pots, like looking depressed, sad, begging. I mean, and again, you got, you know, pundits on TV, politicians telling you you're a bad American if you don't support essentially the destruction of Gaza. And let's not forget that October 7th, the anniversary of us invading Afghanistan. Let me spell this guy's name right. Netanyahu. There it is. He's got the 177, like the Jesuit order, and we know all the 201s he's done. State of Israel 201. But the October 7th supposed attack on Israel was 282 days after Netanyahu came back into power. 282 days. And Netanyahu, the Zionist hardliner. But Benjamin Netanyahu, 177. The Jesuit order, 177 and 201, just like State of Israel's 201. Again, Netanyahu stepped down June 13, 2021, the day leaving 201 days left in the year. And then Netanyahu returned on 12/29, which is the 201st prime, the day that we said why there'd be a major war ritual in Israel in 2023. Again, around the time of Yale turning 322 years old, happened to come 2 days before Yale turned 322. And now things escalating, and Biden saying we're going to send more troops over there because of the 3 soldiers killed at Tower 22. So we're told. And by the way, I immediately said when that came out, I said, I mean, how perfect that is. Three soldiers killed at Tower 22. You got to imagine the U.S. is probably behind that. And what was also in yesterday's news, let me pull it up. Where's it at? Right here. Breaking news yesterday. A U.S. drone was returning to a base in Jordan as another attacked, confusing defenses before a strike killed 3 U.S. soldiers, officials said. Oh, so there was something very confusing about the moment. It reminds me how on 9/11, supposedly the response was slow because they were running all these drills that were very close to what was actually happening. So it created this confusion. Same tactics, same numbers, same types of storylines, and somehow the same result of people not catching on. And really, we know why that is. It's because they're not paying attention. It's because they have TVs in their house where they never get the truth. They get nothing but distractions and lies and talking heads and partisan people who just want you to keep pointing fingers at one political party. And yeah, I heard that Stephen Colbert was making fun of the number ritual with the Super Bowl last night. Speaking of which, Taylor Swift, 1989. What have we been saying about the 1989 NFL seasons? The year Joe Montana won back-to-back. It was the 88-89 season and the 89-90 season. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce both born in 89. Mahomes going for his 89th career win, the 24th prime for the 24th state, Missouri. When Montana went back-to-back in Super Bowls 23 and 24, and Mahomes can win in 23 and 24. Anyway, be careful with people decoding in this community. Something I have to call out about this community, I actually predicted that this would happen when I first started. I said, just watch. Eventually, people will co-opt this knowledge. Out of the maybe 15 channels on YouTube that are doing gematria decodes, there's probably, outside of myself, there's probably 3 that aren't co-opted, and the other 12 are all like circulating each other in their bad decodes. Putting out the same bad information. So be careful who you're watching who's doing gematria. They all shout at each other, and they're all a network of trolls. And it's just so obvious. So, and they never mention me, even though they all learn from me. But and that's what co-opted looks like. So anyway. Shout out to Eloy Garcia with the $2 super sticker. Shout out to Eloy Garcia with the 99-cent super sticker. Shout out to Eloy Garcia, who's been a member. And shout out to Rick James, who gifted another membership. And shout out to Nima, wherever you are in the world. Somebody just gave me a huge donation through PayPal based on what they apparently won off the Chiefs' future being in the Super Bowl. So congrats on the win, and thank you for your generosity. And yeah, you guys, it's going to take a miracle for me to be out in Vegas the day of Super Bowl 58. I feel wrong inside about not being there, but again, I got a sweet lady, and I got to keep her happy too. And yeah, again, I've told you why I can't win the battle here at home, because since I did start traveling and pounding payment all over, just support fell way off and went way down. And she said, "See, Zach, there's no point in risking it out there. People don't care. And what's the point?" But she doesn't understand because she hasn't been out there. She hasn't seen the interactions. She doesn't know how important it is to get out in front of people who don't watch videos on YouTube and watch their jaws drop and have them come up and thank you and say, wow, where can I learn more about this? There has to be a lot more of that in the world. And again, it will happen again, but I'm going to have to figure out a way to get more people to support. So here's where we were in support back before I started Pound and Payment. We had 6,500 people supporting the Patreon. Now we have about 3,500. So we're down nearly 50%. And I don't know what for. The work's only gotten better since then. We've only continued to land more futures since then and help more people pat their pockets since then. So it's really quite amazing that support's fallen off so much. But again, if we can get it back up to where it was at least, then I can have an argument for why it's time to get back out there. And really, there should be way more people than that supporting this work. Because again, there's nothing really out there that's more on point, more informative, more revealing, more truth-telling. And again, for all the people out there that watch my videos and pay tons of money each month to cable companies that, cram Pfizer ads down your throat, why do you value that more than supporting this? Why do you support the enemy with your wallet? Think about it. So anyway, shout out to Open Up, who's always super generous. He says American Airlines changed the flights from KC to Las Vegas to flight 1989 for February 9th, 10th. Yeah, interesting. And again, you had that Steelers emergency landing after they won their game in Vegas this year. And the emergency landing was in Kansas City, and Pittsburgh's one of those cities with the 58 Gematria. Interesting. Good eyes, Open Up. Thank you, Cancelo, if I'm saying your name right. Hope I didn't mutilate that. Appreciate the 2 and then the 2 more. Thank you. And thank you as well to Lil E Channel TV 78. Must be one of the good 78s out there. I'm guessing you were born in 78. Can't choose our birth years. So all right, we'll leave it there for now, True Seeker. Thank you to everyone who hits the like and the share. Shout out to Daria. Daria is truly one of the greatest members in the community. She's very generous, and she travels, and she's Pound and Payment with us from Oklahoma City all the way up to New York. Shout out to Daria. And apparently her dad makes awesome Bowflex workout machines. So I do got to recommend you guys the Bowflex Max Trainer. Get one of those. I'm telling you, it is a great workout machine. It's affordably priced, and it's very efficient. It makes you got to work your body hard. If you only got 5 minutes a day to work out, it's a great 5 minutes to start your day. You pound that in real hard, take a shower, and you will be better off for it. So, and no, Bowflex doesn't pay me anything. It's just we got one, and I love it. It's a great machine. So, all right, True Seeker, we'll leave it there. Have a great rest of your evening. Again, thank you to everyone who hits the like and the share. And anybody who wants to support the Patreon, help me get back up to where we used to be. The link's always in the description. Till next time, True Seeker.